Hi everybody and welcome back to my backyard once again. In today's video I'm very curious about testing the Flyvoo Flylens 75 again, because the review sample I have is with the full O3 system. Basically it has not been stripped down to reduce weight. And I noticed that Flyvoo in their website offers the light version, the naked version as well, just like with their Flylens 85. You can see it's been stripped down here, so basically it's much lighter. And I mean, this drone flies nice, it doesn't have any kind of jello whatsoever because it has the soft mount, but I don't know, it felt a little bit heavier because it's such a small drone. You want to remove as much weight as possible. Let's fly first with the full O3 system so we can get a nice reference point. The drone like this, it's 79 grams, which is a lot for a tiny 1.6 inches. And for both flights, I'm gonna use a 720 milliamps 2S battery. So, we are flying now. As you can hear, the drone is incredibly silent already with the full O3 system. And it flies nice, it's locked in, and I mean, I'm flying angle, as you can see. Let's put it in acro. And it goes, no problem, with the tiniest amount of noise. But if you start pushing more, the weight becomes apparent. You see? It's not made to do this, but of course it's not incredible at acroing, and the battery suffers because it's carrying all of that extra weight. I have not tried with the naked O3 already. I'm already saying as it's better, but trying on the 85 feels like it's much better. And it's, I mean, still flies good, it's stable, it records nice, it doesn't have jello. It's the best thing about this drone. All the other 1.6 inches had jello. This one is the best. But it's a little bit power hungry. But still, you can do a lot. Today there is no wind whatsoever, so it's a perfect day to be flying this kind of small drones. And I mean, you can hear how little noise it makes. And that's the beauty about this little stuff. It doesn't make noise, it's not noticeable. But you see, it's not amazing at acroing. Still good, but it doesn't have a ton of snappiness. You see, it takes a little bit to pull up and you are discharging the whole battery when you do that. Takes more amps to do it. And don't get me wrong, I mean, it's still a nice experience, but I'm very curious what happens if you remove probably 15-20 grams with the light system. And yeah, so I'm gonna discharge the battery to, let's go, 3.3 volts, so we have a reference. I don't want to overshoot it, even if 3.4 is fine. Low battery. Okay, 3.3, it's time to land. Time to land, definitely. 3 minutes and 30 seconds of flying with the full O3 and a 720 milliamps 2S battery. It's not bad, the drone was still silent, super controllable, but if you want to push a little bit more, you can feel the extra weight because it takes a little bit more power to push, to recover, and actually when you are recovering from a dive or from something like that, there is a tiny bit of shake sometimes. So let's see what happens when you use a much lighter O3 light system, a naked one basically. Let's go. Like this, you can see the difference much better. The full O3 already has the modified antennas because they are a little bit lighter, but is 40 grams. The naked one is 27, and being honest, I expected a little bit better, like 23, 25, but still 13 grams is a lot on an 80 grams drone. And boom, finally the naked O3 is in there, and now the drone is 66 grams, which is much better than 79, and I guess it will make a kind of noticeable difference. You also will notice that the grommets are a little bit stretching because I had to use the Flylens 85 mount basically on the 75, and they are not the same, but I mean, still should be soft mounted. I don't know if it's gonna have jello. If it has, it's because it's not this appropriate mount. I'm gonna fly with the same battery as before. Wow. I mean, it sounds a little bit more silent now. I have the UV filter on the front, so you may see a little bit of a circle around the camera. And yeah, it's snappier for sure. Let's put it in acro. See if it has jello, because I'm curious. Maybe a little bit now. Yeah. Comes down very straight as before. Let's do the same. Boom. It seems like it shakes a little bit less now. Of course, it's still a tiny drone and a Cinewhoop, which is both very, very shaky things to be, especially the Cinewhoop part. Wow, it's unnoticeable when it flies. Yeah. Snappier. Still does the low battery thing. I don't know, this battery was charged just like the other one. It's not the same, it's another of the same, basically. I mean, it's not a world of difference. It's a little bit better. Pushes a little bit more and you need lower throttle to go. And it shakes a little bit less when you do the things. Yeah, takes a little bit less to get going. I feel like the Flylens 85 is the better option if you're looking for a small drone, because this is smaller, but it's now 66 grams. The 85 is 75 grams if you remove the LEDs, which is not a lot more. It's 9 grams more, but you get 2 inches props instead of to 1.6 inches, and yeah, you have more surface area, more efficiency, flies much faster. It's perfect. This one has some shake, and yeah, so my suggestion is, if you're looking for a 2S silent and very light drone, the Flylens 85 with the Naked O3, in my opinion, is the better option. This is, I don't know if the second or the third, because the Pavo 20 is great, it has power, but it starts making a little bit more noise and it starts being a tiny bit heavier. And this now has jello because the mount is not the proper one, and I don't even know if it has jello or not, but it's 3.34. Probably I've pushed it a little bit more this flight. Yeah, it's still at 3 point. Whoa, whoa, come on, hey! And again, I flew for around 3 minutes and 30, but of course I crashed. So I could have gone probably 20-30 seconds longer. So let's say 4 minutes of battery life with the Naked O3. And I also feel like I pushed a little bit more because the battery was lighter, so I had a little bit more power to go. But yeah, I mean, the drone feels a little bit lighter and you're gonna have a little bit better efficiency. It's not a night and day difference, but it's noticeable. Again, it's like 10-15% improvement. It's not crazy, but it's there. So, what version should you choose? I personally like the Naked one better because every gram counts. So, having a little bit added efficiency or power means a lot. Also, it flies a little bit better. So, for me, this is the way to go. There are a couple of drawbacks if you go like this, because you have a lot of electronics exposed on the bottom. So, of course, if you crash, it's gonna be more fragile. And maybe, I don't know, if you land in a puddle or something like that, you have a little bit more exposed electronic. Another drawback of having a Naked O3 is it overheats much faster than the full one. Of course, the full one has a lot of metal which acts as heat sinks. This one does not. So if you fly, there are no problems because the airstream is cooling the system down here. But if you plug in the drone, have it sitting without turning on the propellers and have the goggles at maximum power, it's gonna overheat in probably 1 minute, 1 minute and 30. The full one is gonna overheat in 3 minutes, 4 minutes, still gonna overheat, but it takes a little bit longer. So if you are not the type of guy that plugs in the drone and starts flying immediately, this can be maybe a concern. And I know a lot of people are gonna ask which one to get between the 75 and the 85. And in my opinion, you should go definitely with the 85. It's a tiny bit bigger, but it's super light. It's actually 1 gram lighter than the 75 with the full O3. Of course, I'm talking about the Naked O3 85. and it just flies so much better, so much faster. Probably makes 1%, 2% a little bit less noise, also because it has bi-blades and bigger propellers, so it's much more efficient. I mean, this is, in my opinion, the better choice, the best choice so far if you want to get a small and light 2S little O3 Cinewhoop. And as always, remember to like, subscribe and comment on this video. Let me know if you will get the naked O3 or the full one. And also, if you want to buy anything from this video, remember to click on the links down in the description below. You help my channel a lot, and also with code RIMSLER you get a discount on most drone websites at this point. So thank you so much, stay safe and happy flying. Bye!